We have our correspondent there, Sarah Chimugu. She's in Washington, arrived over the weekend. They are set for meetings which officially begin today, but so far, I believe Sarah has been hearing some things, and of course we had that curtain raiser on Thursday actually, by the IMF boss, and what to expect. So, Sarah, good morning. Good to have you on the program.
Good morning, Ini. Good to have me on the program.
Great. So what are the conversations? We know, obviously, the war in Iran, the ceasefire, the talks that was not successful over the weekend between Iran and the United States. Those will top conversation. What have you heard, especially from the Nigerian team?
Okay. Just a moment ago, the Special Advisor to the Minister had issued a statement, noting the concerns in the global community, like you mentioned, the Middle East crisis, all of those effects coming hard on Nigerians. But one of the words that came to the fore in the press release is that the government is at it. The global shock will not derail the reforms of the government and its efforts to lift millions out of poverty. He also mentioned that inflation is an issue, but they have put in place measures to see that all of that comes down to the barest minimums. And some of the issues that will be discussed here would also be on how to ensure that children who form the core of the nation's population are protected through policies and then funding to ensure that the nation's future indeed becomes great for those who are in primary, secondary, and indeed tertiary institutions.
Well, Sarah, talking about that, when the IMF boss, Ms. Kristalina Georgieva, spoke during the curtain raiser on Thursday, she did talk about the effort of some governments, countries, what they have done to try to buffer the impact, especially of energy costs at a time like this. I mean, now that she talked about the fiscal authority actually leading that, but we certainly haven't seen anything being done by the government of Nigeria. So I'm wondering if this, you think, is a conversation you can actually push to the Nigerian team there to say other countries, they are cutting on fuel tariffs and taxes. They are ensuring there's no increase in the price of petrol, and one way or the other trying to protect the consumers in their country of the impact of this war. Perhaps you can also help us push that conversation to the Nigerian team about what they are doing or planning to do when even developed countries have already done it.
Definitely. Those will be some of the questions that we'll be raising over here at the meeting. Just last week, during the National Development Update of the World Bank, some of the concerns they raised was how Nigeria can lift the ban on imports and begin to allow people like the Dangotes to import PMS and more of that to come in, But from the government side, what they are saying is that they will scale up private investments, unlock capital, and then leverage on the benefits of the AFCFTA to create jobs.
Okay. So, Sarah, we know that meeting actually mainly starts today. What can we expect? What are the things slated for today? And I know you'll be featuring on the news at 10. What can we expect from you?
Well, basically, the first event will be a general overview of the global economy. Will they be cutting down on the growth for especially sub-Saharan Africa and for Nigeria particularly? If that is done, that means we need to get our acts together as a government, to get things working in the interest of all.
Thank you for joining us, and I know you'll be very busy all through this week. We'll be calling on you every now and again, of course, to keep us updated on what's happening at the meetings.
Thank you very much. Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.